season. All right, never say never, Brett Weber. Fort Branch, Indiana. Oh, beautiful 1206 right there from the southwestern part of Indiana. Just on the north side of Evansville, the Hofstad area. Being the first puller in the class, once we determine if we have that X-Factor sled set as we want, Brett Weber, he can take that hook, come back immediately, or drop the hook. 310.09 is his distance. 310.09. All right, he's coming to us from Marion, Illinois. Jerry Barris, tractor. Tony Isbell doing the driving here tonight. Dime a dozen. Tony Isbell, Marion, Illinois. From Marion, Illinois, Tony Isbell, dime a dozen. Oh, so he starts the class with two different 1206s. One from Fort Branch, Indiana, this one from Marion, Illinois. Wow, he goes 3:10 and 45. That'll move him into the number one spot. Brett Weber was at 3:10 and 09. Tony Isbell, dime a dozen, goes 3:10.45 to just barely take over that lead. He's being spotted into the sled by his father. We are dropping a hook in the hole. With the Pro Polling League, we run a primary hook and a secondary safety hook, and also the automatic shutoff. All right, let's go green. From Middleton, Wisconsin, the hooked up international Brian Barman needs to go in excess of 3:10 and 45. Our current leader, Tony Isbell, dime a dozen. Are we going to have another new leader? Did the 1466 get the job done? Yes, he did. Yes, he did. 3:17 and 11. 3:17 and 11. So Brian Barman hooked up. You're leading 3:17.11. Tony Isbell moves into the number 2 spot, 3:10 and 45. And Brett Weber, number 3, at 3:10.09. All right, John Deere fans. Here's the first look at a green one in the class. Michael Snap Thunderstorm, Franklin, Indiana. He's keeping it over there on the left-hand side. He saw the pass. Barman made that carried him to the lead, so he thought he would take that same exact pass down the track and see if that would pay off for Michael Smith. Well, it'll put him into the number 2 spot, 3:11 and 47, 3:11 and 47. So he is our new number 2 man. That'll bump Brent Weber to number 4 and Tony Isdell to the number 3 spot, directly behind the grandstand. All right, he comes to us from Rio, Wisconsin. Former points winner in this class, Chuck Gintenberg. Positive ground. He was our 2019 national champion here in this class. I think we're going to be moving that leader pylon. Brian Barman had it sitting at 3:17. Chuck Gintenberg, positive ground. Rio, Wisconsin. Beautiful 36.88 right there. Got his helmet off. Give him a hand, folks. Let's see his distance. We're waiting on the distance from the laser. How about 322 feet, .55. 322 and 55. So we are going to extend that lead by about another 7. Do we have any AGCO fans in Brown County tonight? The Thumpin' Pumpkin. He comes to us from Niles, Michigan. Are we building a road? Are we going to have another new leader yet once again? .330 feet, .67, 3:30 and 67. Our last 2 events, 3rd place finish, both in Evansville, Indiana and Altamont, Illinois. As I mentioned, normally driven by the Fritz family, normally driven by Corey Fritz or Casey Fritz from Boscobel, Wisconsin. Brent Gaffney doing the driving tonight. He comes to us from Richland Center, Wisconsin. Now, instead of staying over there on the left-hand side, which paid off for Shane Maston and Chuck Gintenberg, he comes more down toward the middle. He thought maybe that part of the track was getting worn out. That will cost him some distance. 309.09. 309 feet, .09. For Brent Gaffney and the Twisted Deer. 309.09. All right, back into the business end of the X Factor sled. Crank it up, Dan Vinny, Cottage Grove, Wisconsin. Now he went back over there to that left-hand side, the west side of the track. He goes 320.07. That'll move him into the number 3 spot, 320 feet, .07 for Dan Vinny. Crank it up. Once again, we want to give a shout out to Fair Valley Performance all season long, sponsoring our 9,300-pound Super Farm class. Saturday night, we were in Altamont, Illinois at the Effingham County Fair. This is the gentleman who won our Saturday night show. He's trying to win the Friday night show here in Brown County. Coming into tonight, hooked up Brian Barman is leading our points. Just 4 points behind is Josh Miley, high maintenance. Josh is a super nice guy. He's only got one bad trait. He is an Indiana Hoosier fan. Yeah, I know, right? Shane Maston, the Thumpin' Pumpkin, our current leader, 330 and 67. Let's go green for the high maintenance. Case IH out of Francisco, Indiana. Oh, did he get the job done? Did he get past that Thumpin' Pumpkin? .324 feet, .82, 324 and 82. That is a new number 2 man, 324 and 82. So our top 3 after 9 hooks right now, our top 3, the Thumpin' Pumpkin, Shane Maston sitting number 1, 330 and 67. Josh Miley number 2, 324, 82. Chuck Gintenberg, positive ground, number 3 at 322 and 55. Fast and Furious, Don Slama. He comes to us from the Badger State as well. '16 points champion now next weekend. If you were here for the driver interviews, when we brought the drivers on the track and let them introduce themselves, you heard about his poll next weekend, the Hillsboro Charity Poll. Many times his event has been named the Pro Pulling League Poll of the Year. It is a 2-day, 3-session poll. We will be up there on Friday night, Saturday afternoon, and Saturday night in the Hillsboro Fireman's Park. That will be next weekend. Let's talk about here this weekend, here at the Brown County Fair from Laval, Wisconsin. Don Slama, Fast and Furious. John Deere 7810 from Laval, Wisconsin. .319 and 83, 319 feet, .83. That will unofficially put him currently in the number 5 spot. He was our winner on Friday night. He was our winner on Saturday night. When we moved to our outdoor season, the very first hook of the year, Freeport, Illinois, he unfortunately suffered some catastrophic damage to the drive line of this wicked whitetail. So he'd been waiting on parts, finally got it back together. So this will be the first hook for the wicked whitetail since our initial event there in Freeport, Illinois. He comes to us from Sullivan, Indiana. The wicked whitetail, Jeremy Roberts. Hey, deer fans. I think he's got her back together. .323 feet, .68, 323 and 68. So that'll move him into the number 3 spot with 2 to go. So not too bad for the first pass on the wicked whitetail after getting them back together. Shane Maston, the Thumpin' Pumpkin, continues to lead at 330.67. He comes to us from Jasper, Indiana, the running buck wild deer, Andy Schwink. Beautiful 44.55 right there from the Hoosier State. .320 feet, .93. 320 and 93. That'll put Running Buck Wild in the number 5 spot with 1 to go. Final puller in the class, the Screaming Norwegian, Sean Boyd, was our winner with Mike Davinger, the full tilt. Can history repeat itself? Will the final hook in our Super Farm tractors presented by Fair Valley Performance be the winning hook? If he wants to knock that orange one off the top spot, the Thumpin' Pumpkin, he's going to need to go in excess of 330 feet, .67. That's where the leader pylon sits. Let's go green, 1 final time from Stoughton, Wisconsin, the Screaming Norwegian, Sean Boyd. Oh, it's going to be close. .321 feet, .32, 3, 2, 1, and 32. So AGCO fans, you can rejoice. Sean Boyd will finish in the number 5 spot. 13 of them here tonight. Twisted Deer, Brent Gaffney goes 13. Never Say Never, Brent Weber, number 12. Tony Isbell, Dime a Dozen, number 11. Our top 10. Michael Snap, Thunderstorm goes number 10. Brian Barman hooked up number 9. Don Slama, Fast and Furious, number 8. Dan Vinny, Crank It Up, will go number 7. Andy Schwink, Running Buck Wild, number 6. And now our top 5. Sean Boyd, the Screaming Norwegian, 3:21.32, number 4. Chuck Ginterberg, Positive Ground, 3:22.55, number 3. Jeremy Roberts, the Wicked Whitetail, 3:23.68. Our runner-up, Josh Miley, High Maintenance, 3:24.82, and our winner from Niles, Michigan, the AGCO Thumpin' Pumpkin, Shane Maston, 3:30.67.